Well, what is symbolic about this announcement, it is the first time in a decade that the Taliban have said they're willing to talk to the Americans without the usual precondition that all US troops must leave Afghanistan before they're prepared to talk. What's on offer is reasonably slight, though. They're willing to open this office in Qatar and hold talks in the event that the Americans release some Taliban prisoners held in Guantánamo Bay. Now, that release is far from a given. Many US officials concerned about these men again being at large. Also, people are wondering exactly how this came around, about the process involved, because normally in peace negotiations, secret talks would initiate the process and then you'd have a public announcement like this. Now, there have been secret talks between the Taliban and the US and Afghan officials over the past years, but they haven't gone particularly well, so many were caught by surprise by this public announcement from the Taliban reversing their years-long held policy. The real question is exactly how will these talks happen technically? One peace negotiator we've spoken to referring to this office in Qatar as being a bit like a football ground, almost neutral territory where people will turn up, hold these talks and see what can actually come of them. But they come at an enormously complicated time in Afghanistan. Concerns at how cohesive the insurgency is, whether they all answer to one leader if that leader is in negotiation with the Americans themselves talking regularly about the timetable for their withdrawal, their drawdown in the forthcoming 2 years, and still negotiating with Afghan officials what kind of presence they can have in future. So today, what really should have been a monumentous announcement, the Taliban are interested for the first time in talking to the Americans, came a little confused in this deeply mired political landscape in Afghanistan, so really unclear quite what today's announcement means. Nick Payton-Walsh, CNN, Beirut.